Uh-oh. We gotta turn the volume down. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 09.22.2025. Current time is 0611. 0611 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. This Monday morning, we are starting a new week. I hope everybody had a good weekend, working towards the weekend. And we just get set up. We do have the morning coffee here. I am Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich, recharged after a good weekend. I didn't do any gaming, though. I procrastinated. Bless me, Father, for I have procrastinated. But good morning, all, and glad to be here as far as that goes. Start of a new week, working towards the weekend. I hope you all had a good week. You can follow me over on X at Fireman Rich right there. You can see it right there. That's my mainstay for being on social media platforms. And I'm on a host of others to where you just Google that Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. Man, this coffee's good. We were up early. I could have started 10 minutes ago, but I was babysitting Jack there while he was eating, so the other cats couldn't jam into his, sneak in to get his cat food there. But let's see, we got Captain Rehab. Good morning, sir. Oh, there it is. The missus, she says, good morning. And she said, I told her something happened yesterday to you, and she switched what? She had to laugh at that. So
sorry.
And what was that?
So sorry.
Yeah, so she says, so sorry for that change that you did yesterday. But good morning from Captain Rehab. Let's see. We need a coffee campaign. Well, that's not going to happen. We got to be on Rumble itself. I have to, follow me on Rumble. Are you following me on Rumble? Follow me on Rumble, folks. We only have like one person on Rumble. We usually got a bunch there, but we have. But yeah, I was right about the Eagles game until last play of the game. What do you mean right? You changed your pick. If you were right, you wouldn't have changed your pick. You changed it to the Rams, my friend. That was a good game. That was an outstanding. Yeah, I was thinking the freaking Rams have this locked up, but I guess when they had that when they won it, and then it was a walk off. They're up by 1 point, and then they blocked the field goal. It's like, holy jeez. What a play, and I'm like, man, that was the play of the day right there. And then they got to do a walk off. That one big guy there, the lineman, he goes for a touchdown. Happy birthday! Good morning, Tina. Tina, our Jersey girl, is here. And let's see, Captain Reed says we got to get more Rumble folks. Captain Rehab, do your magic. Bring some people into the Rumble and stuff like that. Tina saying good morning to Captain Rehab. Captain Rehab's returning the good morning, and Captain Rehab's laughing. And Tina says, I had 2 hours of sleep. I guess my dinner coffee wasn't decaf. Oh, well, yeah, that's and then Tina says good morning also.
Good morning, Tina.
There we go, Tina. Captain Rehab's laughing at the thing. And I'm saying Rams were going to win that game until last play of the game. Yeah, it's a last play. Yeah, it's always last play. You lost. You switched it. You wanted me to switch it during. We had Tony's D's Belt Kings Fantasy King broadcast yesterday, which was a good broadcast. We had a post broadcast last night too. He was on Rumble. It's the first time I had to chime into Rumble, I think, as far as that goes. But the Rams, they lost. And Tina said, "Good." The Eagles. They played good. They played solid. I really thought when I was watching that game, Captain Rehab, Tina, during Tony D's broadcast, he switched that selection. He lives in the city of Philadelphia, and he changed it to the Rams. He had a gut feeling. I almost went along with them. I didn't. I stayed true to the Northeast Conference as far as that goes. I'm for North. I like Philadelphia now. I like Dallas. I like the Giants. I like the National Northeast. The Rams. I used to like the Rams when I was a kid. I used to be an avid Rams fan. That's who was playing back then? I can't. Oh, that's a long time ago. But Captain Rehab changed it, and Tina says, "Tis tis, Captain." um, but sometimes you got to go with your gut. I mean, that game I'm watching. I'm the whole game, Captain Rehab. I was saying, "Wow, Captain Rehab, he's got some foresight. He knows what he's talking about." And then it came up to that ending, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" That was a good game, though. The ending there. Philadelphia, they fought back though. They had to fight back. Rams were tough in that game. They were tougher than what I thought they were going to be, really. And so that was a very good game. And we'll be talking some more about football and as far as that goes. And I do have some updated stats I'll be going over with you. We do have a Monday night game, and it's quite crowded at the top, it seems, as far as that goes. And so good weekend of football. We had Tony D's broadcast yesterday, Bell Kings Fantasy Football. We had the whole gang up there. Tony was there, of course. Michael was there. I was there. Ted Hicks was there. Brian was there. And how did we get 6 people? And JoJo was here. So Tony, Michael, me, Ted, Brian, JoJo. Oh, there was 6 people. 6. And you can watch it on replay, Tina. Okay. And yeah, Canadian. Yeah, Michael from Canada. He's our North. He's still a North American from our neighbor to the north, Canada. So we had the whole gang on, and then last night, just before the Giants bombing to the Kansas City Chiefs, in that game, I watched some of that game. I was asleep on the couch. Actually, I think the missus came out and turned off the TV because I was asleep on the couch. And Kansas City won last night, so they're not 0-3 now. They're 1-2. Of course, Giants they looked a little wonky when it went up from what I was seeing and stuff. So, but we do have a big game tonight. But Tony had his broadcast yesterday. It was really good getting the whole gang together. That was something. And we always time out the green room afterwards. Tony has to get something to eat, and then myself, Ted, Brian, and JoJo, we were talking for, and on Restream, I guess because Tony left, we only have like an hour after the stream ends. So, and let's see, Russell Wilson is, I don't know. It could be. I don't know. He was the Giants as a whole. It's not just him. The Giants have to give him protection. If he's not getting the protection, I mean, he started scrambling there and stuff. And as far as that goes, and Tina had, I believe you did have, when I was updating it just before starting, you did have the Chiefs there, Tina. So, but we are getting this week started with this Monday morning coffee broadcast with the coffee, of course, for a hashtag positive start to today, hashtag PSTTD. And we are, that's unusual. We have, we're on 7 platforms, as you can see right up here, folks. And you can see we have 1 on Rumble, 1 on Locals, nobody on YouTube, 3 on Twitch, nobody on Facebook. The numbers come up there. Of course, X and Kick, their numbers don't show and their comments don't show along with Facebook. But I'm on the tablet here. I'm showing 0 on X Live and over on Kick. And you may be asking, why are you broadcasting on Kick? It's just for kicks. I do get some. I have 132 followers now over there. There's nobody over there right now, but we usually get 1 or 2 people there, which is good. And let's see. Let's check the Facebook. I don't see the comments for the Facebook, but the number does come in. Okay, we're on the Facebook. Okay, so we're on the Facebook. We're good there. We're looking pretty good. Okay, that's a good stream. And usually we have about five or five. It's a Monday, so I'm just chalking it up that's why there's nobody on X Live. And of late, I have to admit the Rumble has been a little bit on the slow slide. Um, or the low side, I should say. Sometimes that's Rumble's always there with about 5 or 6 people, but that's what you do as far as that goes. And Jackson Dart will be playing soon, but they'll try to figure out the best time because there is a tough game coming up, like 2 games versus Eagles, and they don't want to throw him to the wolves to start. Jason Dart. Oh, for the yeah, he was in for a couple plays yesterday and stuff. So they need to get. Yeah, I could see that switch being made. He's a younger guy, and Russell. He has it there, but he's not doing as good as he's doing. I have to admit, Aaron Rodgers is doing better than he is right now. And Pittsburgh won, which is a surprise. They're three. Are they 3-0? I think. Yeah. But we'll be talking about football here. But we're getting our day started. I did not do any broadcasts this weekend. What did I do Saturday? I just enjoyed Saturday. I took the day off. Friday was a good day. I'm not sure if it was Friday or Thursday. There was a soccer. Maybe it was Friday. Playing PUBG Battlegrounds because I didn't play any of it this. Did we play Saturday? I can't remember. But we did have a chicken dinner the last time we played for the season. Me and Wingnut. So we did get a chicken dinner. Of course, I got killed towards the end. I spotted the guys, and then Wingnut. He's just a fantastic player. He ended up taking out the guy. The other guy was coming at me. We were popping smokes all over the place, confusing the shit out of him. And then he kept sweeping around the right, and I went left. I got knocked behind a tree. And the guy, I could see he was coming towards me, but then Wingnut took a guy out further off to the right, and he kept on coming around and took him out. And winner, chicken dinner. And I was thinking about replaying that, but I might still be able to. But anyway, we didn't. I don't think we played that. We didn't play any. Maybe that was Saturday, because yesterday it was Manchester City played, so we don't. I know Thursday we didn't play. We could have played yesterday, but I think I don't know. I would have to talk to. We didn't play yesterday. Wingnut must have been busy and stuff, and I was busy um, getting ready to watch. I was watching the soccer game, and then after that, I had on all afternoon. Yesterday was Charlie Kirk's memorial, which I think went off really good. Some great speakers. Charlie's wife, Erica Kirk, she spoke. Oh my God, tear dropping, folks, tear dropping. I'll go ahead and just mention a little bit of it because if your head is under a rock, I know that probably that memorial probably had the liberal left freaking in a frenzy and stuff like that. I'll probably talk more about it. I'm not sure when I'm going to have Hello America. May have it tomorrow night. Not tonight. I won't do it on Mondays. We got a chess game tonight. So Hello More America. That's why I talk more in depth on that. And but I do want to recognize here that the memorial for Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated, was yesterday, and some very good speakers throughout the thing. I know the Democrats, liberal left, and radical left are going to have a field day. They're going to try and tote it as a. But it was a good memorial for a good man, and God bless and Godspeed to Charlie Kirk as far as that goes. And let's see. So we're starting a new week, and I'm going to try and get some gaming in. I definitely got to get some gaming in, and as far as that goes, and see what happens there. Okay, let's see. They were never separated, Captain Rehab. They met up with you. They're still good friends. Okay, I'm not gonna. There's no controversy between. They Elon got a little perturbed, and he disagreed with the president on some issues. I've disagreed with the president of late here, primarily. President Trump made an announcement when he was in England last night. He wants to somehow, I guess, we have contact with the Taliban again, and he's saying the Taliban wants stuff for us from the United States. They just can't get what they can get from the Chinese, I guess. But it seems like they want to reconnect with us, and I guess that opens the door for, from what President Trump has says, for us to get Bagram Air Base. We don't need to go back. The United States does not need to go back into Afghanistan. Tina says he was a good man. Yeah, Charlie Cook was a good man, good American. And anybody that says otherwise, it's just Trump derangement associated with that, and the fact that they're calling him things that is untrue. Okay, and just asked Jimmy Fallon last week. He got canned. Well, that I don't think that got him canned. He was on the outs anyway. They canned Colbert for low ratings, and it's coming out. If you look at the stats, Jimmy Fallon's ratings were just to that very small radical left that wanted to hear everything when he was crying and bitching about Trump. So Jimmy Fallon, he's still on the air. He's still doing, so these people saying freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech, folks. It's you work at the pleasure of your employer. If I said something that was untrue at work, that was totally grossly untrue, like Jimmy Fallon did, I'd be out on the street. He's no different. So don't give me this freedom of speech crap. They always go to that. And if you're sucked into that, I'm just going to say the people that watch it, if you're hook, line, and sinker on that, you're just as bad as the liberal left. I'll just say that. I know I'm getting on my soapbox a little bit here, but I'm just going to tell you like it is. These people that say, "Oh, freedom of speech," and they're making it. Don't believe that, folks. Look at the real truth. The truth is his numbers were failing. He said something that was grossly untrue. And that was a straw that broke the camel's back. He was on his way out, folks. His ratings were atrocious. Greg Guffield, who's on Fox, a cable news network, had more than double the amount of viewers as far as that goes. And Jimmy Fallon's supposed to be this big time TV entity. He's a jerk. He needs to keep his mouth shut. So, well, Jimmy Fallon, I don't know about Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon, I guess I don't think I don't know. I don't really watch late night. It's not like at the old days of Johnny Carson and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, he's a moron. In my opinion, he's a moron like Colbert. They used to be good, but now they're all focused on Trump derangement, stuff like that. And these people say Trump is this, it's deranged. They don't. I don't give them the time of day anymore. But what you say is you're not. It's not working anymore. I'm not scared of you anymore. We're not scared of you anymore. And I think that was shown by saying goodbye to a good man yesterday. And the Democrats and liberal left are more than happy to come in, but no, they're painting one side, and they're going to continue. That's the only thing they have. It's lame, folks. It's lame. So those people that are yapping about the Democratic side, and they're doing this, they're not doing. I mean, and I'm going to end with this. It's just as an example. That sorry ass Congresswoman Crockett down in Texas. She's ended up saying, on a podcast, those Republicans are racist. And they're the ones that started the KKK. Excuse me, Miss Crockett. If you look at history, the frickin' Democrats, the Southern Democrats, started the KKK. Okay? They're the ones. Look at history. They can't even get history right. So, history so long ago, people don't do their due diligence and homework. It's common knowledge the KKK was started by the Democratic Party. So don't give me this crap down in Texas. You're saying, the Republicans, they started it. They did not. It's horse manure. That's what I got to say. Horse manure on that. So I'm not buying it anymore. Yeah, it just they got. They're not standing. They're not telling the truth. Fetterman tells the truth. He's a senator from Pennsylvania. I couldn't stand the guy when he got elected, but man, that guy is the future for the Democratic Party, in my opinion. He's a host over there on the Five on the Fox. Harold Ford. He's a former Tennessee congressman. He's a true Democrat. I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff, but Bill Maher, he's even telling his own Democratic Party, get your head out of your asses, because that's where they are when these people talk about this crap. It doesn't wash anymore, folks. It never washed, and we could see right through you. So don't just well, I'll come. I can come to the middle with anybody, but when you're still spilling out this rhetoric, I'm not wasting my time. Okay, off the soapbox. I know Captain Rehab's laughing and he enjoyed that. This isn't as bad as last Monday. Last Monday I was really off the hook, but I get in more in depth on those subjects and some other subjects on Hello America. We had that Friday night, and I actually disagree with the president. And there's a thing coming up now that I'm not really in agreement with the president, but he is the president. I supported the president. Full disclosure, I did vote for the president. I'm proud that I did. I did it for my country. And these people say, "Oh, I don't respect you for your vote." That's what this country's all about. Your freedom to choose who you want, your freedom of speech. You can talk whatever you want, but I'm not believing it anymore. You don't have any credibility in my eyes. That's the word. You have no credibility. You don't have a plan. And as much as you dislike the current president, Donald Trump, he is the president. He's your president too. He wants to be your president. But you got all these boneheads that are just so stuck up with Trump derangement. But anyway, let's see. So we are just getting our day started, and wow, it's cloudy out there. I guess we got a cloudy day going. Let's see. Current temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit, as far as that goes. 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 15 degrees Celsius. So I was out there. I stepped out we got some stray cats, and we give them with some food and some water and stuff like that, because we saw them eating the bird seed. That's heart wrenching. So we throw out some food for the cats out there, and they appreciate it. But I've stepped outside. It's not. I don't wear. You can see I don't have the hoodie on because it's a little warm in here. We got 71 degrees inside the house, but 60 degrees outside. Again, 15 degrees. 15 degrees. Yeah, I've got your temperature back up on the comments there, Tina. 15 degrees Celsius. And it looks like this weekend wasn't bad. Today's the first day of autumn, folks. What time is, let's see. When is the first day of autumn? Okay, we still got a little bit of summer today, and it's not until 2:19 Eastern time this afternoon. That's when the switch gets made. So we're still in summer for a few more hours, folks. We're on the last hours of summer. And what the hell's going on here? What happened here? Oh, let me see. So the first day of autumn in the Northern Hemisphere for 2025 is Monday, September 22nd. Hey, that's today at 2:19 p.m. Eastern Daylight, EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. And the event marks the moment the sun is directly over the Earth's equator, resulting in nearly equal hours of daylight and darkness across the planet. So today, at this afternoon, for today here in the southern tier of upstate New York, though, we're going to have cloudy skies. Yeah, I can see the clouds out there right now. Cloudy skies here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside, and will become partly cloudy this afternoon also. High of 78 degrees Fahrenheit, winds out at south by southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The sun will be rising at 6:54 a.m., which is in about 18 minutes. It's 6:36 right now, so 18 minutes the sun will be rising. High here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside, is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds, yeah, I said 78. Okay, sun will be setting later tonight at 7:04 p.m. And our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:36 a.m. currently, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:37 a.m. currently in Phoenix, cloudy skies there, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago, Illinois at 5:37 a.m. this morning, we have cloudy skies and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the jungle, folks, the concrete jungle at 6:37 a.m. It's 6:37 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and it's clear skies in New York City, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Down there in central New Jersey, we have it's going to be 74. Or no, that's changed. You got an updated one. Okay, let's go to this one. That's the current one. Tina says it's 70 degrees for the high down there in central Jersey and 60 degrees for the low. That's in central New Jersey. That's where our Jersey girl is at, Tina. And we thank you for being here. And thank you for that weather update. Across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in London, England at 11:38 p.m. Sunny and clear, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, wow, it's raining in Milan at 12:38 p.m. Mangia, lunchtime in Milan. 66 degrees Fahrenheit there in the beautiful city of Milan. It is a beautiful city. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, where I've never been to Kuala Lumpur, but it sounds like a place I'd like to go to. 6:38 p.m. in their late afternoon, early evening. Sunny and clear, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan at 7:38 p.m. in their evening. Cloudy skies in Tokyo, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent of Australia, our great friends and allies that we do appreciate from the United States of America. Never been to Australia. Closest I've been was when I was stationed there in the Philippines and stuff. I guess I could have took what is it? It's probably a 6 or 8 hour flight even from the Philippines. But anyway, in Melbourne, Australia at 8:39 in their p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at 8:39 p.m. also, it's raining in Sydney, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we switched to autumn. They switched to spring because they're in the southern hemisphere. So that's interesting. Our good friends and allies, Australia is. And every Australia I ever met in my life, and it's always been good Australian. The Australians are great people. So let's see. We'll put that right back there. Our thought for the day comes from, we've had this individual, I think it was a week ago, Confucius, and he is Confucius was born Kong Qiu, was a Chinese philosopher of the spring and autumn period, who is traditionally considered the pagan of Chinese sages. Most of the shared culture heritage originated in the philosophy and teachings of Confucius. So he lived way back when he passed away in 479 BC. So, but his quote and our thought for today goes as follows: "It does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. Let me read that again. It does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. Okay. Well, if I go too slow, I'm going to stop, right? Or what's that? What's that all mean? Well, it means that progress is more important than speed, and consistency, persistent effort is the key to achieving the goal. So if you're going towards a goal, don't rush to it because you're going to probably end up making mistakes. Go slowly, okay? And um, and I would agree, Tina. That is a good one. And where are we at here? Where are we at? Oh, there we are. Yes, I would say yes. That is a good one, and it's just some plain common sense, folks. Go slowly when you're working on something. Go slowly so you achieve your overall objective. So some wise words from a man from someone that was back in the 400 BC time frame. See, they're still teaching. He's still teaching. And it's just common sense, folks. Common sense. Thank you, Confucius. God bless and Godspeed, even though you probably don't believe in God and stuff like that, but I'm going to still say it. Um, just so I say to everyone out there, including my liberal Democratic friends, God bless you. God bless you all. Let's see here. We do have a national day. They're not. I don't know. There's nothing that really stands out. You got National Girls Night Out on a Monday. That's not fun. National Family Day. Yeah, okay. Think about the family. We have National Brown Butter Day. Ooh, just that brown. Nah, that just doesn't brown. um, let's see. National Online Recovery Day. Okay, if you're doing too much on, that's the thing. You need to take a break from being if you're online too much. But I guess we'll go with this one. I don't want to, but I think this is. Let's almost go with that last one. We're going to go with hashtag National States and Capital Day for the United States. Okay, so for everybody around the world, there'll be national. Your national country, state is a country, can be a country, and capital, your capital day. But here in the United States, hashtag National States and Capital Day. As children, we learn about the 50 states and the capitals in the U.S. I can name the 50 states, but I can't name the capitals. I'm not good at that. I'm right out of the gate. Um, but as we get older, we tend to forget those important cities and their roles in crafting policies and influencing the economy. And while everyone knows their own state capital, many do not remember the capital of the state next to them. Like, is it Harrisburg in Pennsylvania? I have no idea. In Connecticut, Hartford, maybe? I don't know. Um, Today, let's take time to remind ourselves how important every state is and capital is to the nation. So maybe I'll look at a map today. But today it's national states and capital. We don't do National State Day and stuff, so I'm going to do it. This is the one time a year I'll just go with the National Capital and States Day. Put them all in one thing and give them their due calling there. So there's our national day. Not really that exciting though. So um, let's see. Hello. I'm saying hello on. I'm going to say hello on. Can I say anything on there? What the hell? What's going on there? Hello. Oh, there it is. I don't know. Can I say something? Oh, I lost the feed for for the X Live here. Let me get back on X Live here. What do we got? Let's see. Let me type good morning. Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, good morning to those people on X Live. Okay, let's see what we got here. And let's see our broadcast itself. Oh, it says it's unstable, but we're doing pretty good. Okay, no problems there. Tomorrow will be a Mixcloud broadcast day, as far as that goes. It's the Ever Other Tuesday, so this is the second Mixcloud broadcast we'll be doing for the month. We do that every other week, and the last time we did one was on the 9th, so we'll be looking at some songs to present. I present 8 songs on the Mixcloud platform for the Tioga Radio Show, and post it up tomorrow morning. Right, it's usually right after I get done. It's a live recording, a one-shot deal, and then I post it over there on Mixcloud, and it's always fun to do that. And then Thursday we'll be doing a regular audio podcast, the Fireman Rich audio podcast, morning coffee. And let's see. I'm not sure when I'm going to do Hello. I'm looking at the calendar for Hello America. I may do one tomorrow, or I might wait until I like the Friday slot, so we might do it on Friday, or else maybe Wednesday. Well, it'll either be tomorrow or Wednesday and stuff like that. I still don't know where I want to place that broadcast. If it's going to be weekly or twice a week. I had enough material to go 2 days, and it's. We did well over an hour and stuff like that. So, if you watch that on the replay, the links are in my X feed at Fireman Rich, or else you can go to Fireman Rich Broadcast, and you'll see the flag that says at Fireman Rich, Hello America. And as far as that goes, so we got the Mixcloud tomorrow, and let's see. I guess we can do. I almost thought there wasn't going to be a 100 years ago, because when I'm setting up there, I'm looking on Fox 40's webpage, and they have the list, and they didn't have for Friday. They had Wednesday. So I ended up just searching 100 years ago for 19 September, and they never posted it. They didn't update their. So it's hiding in the background, and I did that before, because if I didn't see it after the search, I would just be doing the history for today. I'd be reading it from my list here that's in the queue. But we're going to go ahead and do 100 years ago from Fox 40 with Roger Luther. And let's go ahead and set up for that. Let's see, we got that. And full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40 or any other news agency that I may be presenting from their webpage. I'm just presenting articles, or in this case, 100 years ago, to give you an idea what it was like 100 years ago here in the Southern Tier, and then also on other news outlets like WEBO, WBNG, NBF, and out there in Elmira, WENY, to show you what it's like here in the Southern Tier, some good stories and stuff like that. And let's bring this up here. Let's see, bring that. And we got 100 years, and let's see, is that set up there? There it is. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and we'll start this and see what Roger Luther has to say, what it was like 100 years ago here in the Southern Tier of upstate New York for September 19th. And would it be 1925? Yeah, 100 years ago. It'd be 1925. Okay, but this is as the posting of September 19th, this past Friday. Here we go.
100 years ago today, a program of services for the Jewish New Year at the Sons of Israel Synagogue on Exchange Street was announced today. The first service of the holidays will be held tonight. When Paul Whiteman and his famous concert orchestra appears in the high school auditorium next week, they will perform George Gershwin's composition Rhapsody in Blue. Gershwin composed this piece for piano and orchestra just last year. Officers found poker and craps games in progress last night when they raided two establishments at Hill Avenue and North Street in Endicott. 14 men were arrested. And finally, in children's court yesterday, 5 boys were charged with destroying property in Ross Park. The judge banished the boys from the park for 1 year. And that was the news, September 19th, 1925.
There's those boys again. We got those bad boys. They're cropping up again. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's go back here. They don't have a listing. So those bad boys, they're disturbing things. There's no listing. I can't read it. What the hell? Okay, no problem. But those mischievous boys, Ross Park, that was a park, and they had the zoo back then. I don't know if the zoo was. I think they started. I'm not sure. Yeah, the zoo was there, but they did destruction. So the long arm of the law banished them from going to Ross Park. So that was part of their entertainment. Just like at the beginning of the thing, they were talking about the orchestra, the Gershwin Orchestra. That's how they got their entertainment back then. When did radio get invented? Let's see. Was there radio back in 1925? I think there was. Yes, radio existed and was becoming widespread from the masses communications in 1925. So with communication, it began in 1920 and the U.S. spreaded rapidly. So they did have radio, but part of their entertainment back in the day was they would have these orchestras coming in, as far as that goes, and as far as that, and so. And Tina says, "Yes, lots of lift. Yeah, the boys, those young rascals were causing destruction again, and such. So that's what it was like 100 years ago. The big news. Those young lads were causing mayhem. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see. It was on this day in 1862. My favorite president, President Abraham Lincoln, issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation declaring that all slaves in the rebel states should be freed beginning in January of the following year. And I think the fallacy of that, though, because I think history, he didn't free the slaves in the slaves that were in the free states. He didn't declare that, I don't think, right away. I could be wrong on that. But the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation freed all slaves. Of course, I don't think there was that many slaves back in the free states. So let's see. It was in 1964, Fiddler on the Roof, a play set in 1905 Russia, opened on Broadway and later became the first musical theater run in history to surpass 3,000 performances. That's pretty big. And in 2005, Led Zeppelin guitarist Jimmy Page was made an honorary citizen of Rio de Janeiro for his work helping Brazilian street children by opening Casa Jimmy's House, which had support of more than 300 kids since 1998. And in 2007, an email led to the creation of Airbnb when Joe suggested to Brian that they turn their place into a bed and breakfast, but bed and breakfast for designers attended a 4-day conference. So that's how they started Airbnb. It was via an email. Let's see, on the AP side. Okay. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, or preliminary, on September 22nd, 1862, declaring enslaved people in the Confederate States should be freed as of January 1st, 1863, if the states did not end the fighting and rejoin the Union. So what happens if they, well, it's history. 1776, during the Revolutionary War, Captain Nathan Hale, who was 21 years old, was hung as a spy by the British in New York. And in 1975, Sarah Jane Moore fired 2 shots in an unsuccessful attempt to assassinate President Gerald R. Ford. A lot of people don't realize that he was outside a San Francisco hotel, missing Ford by inches. Does that sound familiar? Inches. And in the case of President Trump, it hit his ear. It missed his head by, if it was just maybe a half inch more to one side. So President Ford, I met President Ford, a good man, a very good man. And the first presidential election that I was in, or I was able to vote in, I was still in high school, actually. And what the hell we got here? Okay, there's the audio's up. Okay. Audio testing. Okay, there it is. Okay. The audio's up. That was 1976. The election of 1976. I voted for Gerald Ford. And I think the momentum was on President Carter's side. He got elected overwhelmingly because Gerald Ford represented the old Republican. So there was a change. And it was okay. We had a lot of problems going on there, so President Carter did have a full plate, but President Ford was a good transition from the resignation of President Richard Nixon. But he on this day back in 1975, 2 shots were fired. An unsuccessful attempt to assassinate President Gerald R. Ford. So a lot of people don't realize that these people in high offices. They have some people that want to do some evil things to them, and that's what it is pure evil, just like what happened to Charlie Kirk. That was pure evil. Okay, let's see, what else did we have here on history? 1985, rock and country music artists participated in Farm Aid, a concert staged in Champaign, Illinois. Champaign, Illinois is right down the road from Chanute Air Force Base, and that's where the United States Air Force Fire School was in 1977, and that's where I went to fire school training to become an Air Force firefighter. Let's see. The song played before Monday Night Football is a cover of Phil Collins' "In the Air Tonight," performed by Chris Stapleton, Snoop Dogg, and Cindy Blackman. Did they play that last week? I know Snoop Dogg is. Yeah, was it last Monday night? Yeah, the theme. Yeah, you could tell the theme is from the Phil Collins there and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm not really a Snoop Dogg, but and Cindy Blackman Santana. So yeah, that should be. Yeah, they got started. That's almost a big production, a major production when they do the song for the Monday Night Football. So let's see, what else do we have? And I think that's it for history, folks. That's for history. See, I don't. Other than maybe just briefly hearing Shabuzi, I like Snoop Dogg's all right. I think he's a cool guy. I could hang out with Snoop Dogg. I have no problem with him. I think he's mellowed out and stuff. He's enjoying. You could tell he's enjoying life now. I think what did they have the last controversy? He took his son to see or his grandson to see a movie, and the kid went running to the grandma and saying, "What about this? What about this?" And Snoop Dogg got in trouble, I guess, with his wife. Why are you taking our grandchildren to this movie? And he says, "I just want to go to a movie with my grandkids." He had no idea what was going on. I'm sure you saw that article about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's a good guy. I like him. Yeah, it's just hard. It's good to see someone that's been in the industry. He generally looks like he's really enjoying doing. He's I think the missus watches. What's that show you watch that's getting ready to start? The Voice. Snoop Dogg is Snoop Dogg a judge?
He is this year.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg is a judge on the Voice. The missus watches that, and he's pretty good on it. I like, he's just so he's one of the judges on The Voice, and I guess that's on an NBC show. Sometimes I sit down and watch it, maybe 5 or 10 minutes because the missus likes watching it. I think he'll be a good. Tina's laughing. It's talking about Snoop Dogg here early in the morning. Okay, where are we at? We're at 54. It's time to take a little bit of a break here, folks, and we're going to go ahead and refresh our coffee and come back for the second half here. And I'll open up the curtains. Yeah, it's cloudy out there. Yeah, it's going to be a cloudy day today, folks. Cloudy day. Okay. All right, so you guys just hang loose, and we will be right back. Refresh my coffee. Hold it. Let me make it official here. Hang on. I got to do something here. And Tina will see what I'm doing here. Did you get that? Did you see what I messaged you all? That's a Hal Massa. I like it when I watch Hal Massa on replay, and I love it when he does the coffee cup message. That's funny. All right, folks, we'll be right back, and just hang loose there for a couple minutes, and I got to get some more coffee, and we'll be right back. So let's see, what are we doing here? Bubblegum ball game. we're back here for. We are back. I forgot to turn off the loop. I forgot to turn off the loop. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. How's our volume? Our volume is good. Okay. So volume is testing 1, 2, 3. I'm not hearing myself in the. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm hearing myself now. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Okay, we're good. We're good on the audio. Let me make sure here. Yeah, we're good on the audio. Okay. We are back here on the Monday morning coffee for 09.22.2025. And current time is 0709 a.m. We're on the second part of the broadcast here. I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, at Fireman Rich over there on X, as you can see as it's scrolling up here, right here. You can check me out over there. That's where I post everything there is to what I do on this thing called the internet. There's a host of other platforms. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's about 10 different spots that I post up after the broadcast or during or before the broadcast and after, a total of 10. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. We're on Spotify via Spotify for Creators. I repurpose the audio from this broadcast over there on Spotify for Creators, which it gets put over on Spotify, and that they distribute it to like 9 different places on that side for audio. So I appreciate Spotify for doing that. All right, Tina, see you later. And and I like Spotify. Spotify's a good place, and I'm also repurposing Hello America. Okay, Hello America is a Rumble only broadcast. So if you follow me, you'll get notified, and the link will be there, or else just check it out on replay on the Fireman Rich broadcast here on Rumble. Okay, I got 2 accounts. The Fireman Rich is the main account, but all the broadcasts, for the most part, go on Fireman Rich broadcast. It's a sub channel as far as that goes here on Rumble. Rumble is where it's happening, folks. Rumble is where it's where I be, and I thank Rumble with Rumble Studios allowing me to go to what's this seven places at once. We're on 7 platforms here at once for free. People on Restream, which is a good program. They have to pay if you do more than 2, you got to pay, which is better than Prism Live, because Prism Live you can if you do 2, you got to pay. I think for Prism Live and Restream it's $9. So I'm doing all of it for free, and that's why I like mentioning Rumble is a great place to be at, and I do say thank you to Rumble for providing this playground for us live streamers to play on, because it is a fun platform. I love doing when I do the gaming. Here I go procrastinating again. The gaming side of the live streaming, I do it here on Rumble, but they have what's called a direct RTMP, where I take the RTMP information, put it in my OBS, and it's directly from OBS into Rumble, and they put it out, and it goes to up to 1080p format, and that's really a good format for gaming. Especially, I do gaming on my primary game is Lord of the Rings Online. I love that game. I did get on it a little bit this weekend just to see what's going on it, and it enhances the eye candy of the gaming when you live stream, and those are the 3 main platforms. I just do gaming, so I do. There's certain live streams, like I said. This one is on all of these networks. A network of 7 channels. When I game, it's only on 3. It's on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. And for Hello America, it's Rumble only. except for the audio. The audio is posted over there on Spotify at Fireman Rich on Spotify. Is there a bird up there? There's a bird. You can see that it's cloudy out, folks. Cloudy and overcast. It's a fall day out there. Fall starts starts later today at did I have it? This afternoon at 2 something, I think it was, wasn't? Let's see. I thought I had that up there. No, I guess I didn't. It's this afternoon about 2:50 or something like that. Just say at 3 o'clock. It's autumn. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to sports. Sports. So we had baseball this weekend, which I haven't watched any baseball, but the baseball scores for over the weekend. Let's see. Let's start Friday. That's the start of the weekend. It's Friday. The New York Yankees lost to the Orioles 4-2. That's not good. The Mets beat the Nationals 12-6 on Friday, and the Phillies beat the Diamondbacks. Captain Rehab's Phillies. He's down there in the city of brotherly love. I think he's a Phillies fan. They beat him 8-2 there, Captain Rehab. And then let's see. Saturday, the Mets lost to the Nationals 5-3. So they split there. And the Yankees beat the Orioles. So there's a split there for the Yankees. 6-1, they beat the Orioles on Saturday. Now, yesterday on Sunday, Yankees beat the Orioles 7-1, so they won the series, and the Mets lost, so the Nationals won against the Mets 3-2. They won the series there, and the Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 9-2. Did they win Saturday? They won. Nope, they lost Saturday. They won Sunday, but they won Friday, so they won the series. The Mets are the only ones for today. None of those teams are playing. None of those teams. Only 3 games: National and Braves, Brewers and Padres, Cardinals and Giants. Tomorrow, the Yankees will be hosting the White Sox at 7:05, and the Mets will be hosting the Cubs. Or no, they'll be in Chicago playing the Cubs. So we'll be talking about that. Yesterday there was a Premier League game, the Manchester City Football Club. That was being played while I was on Tony D's broadcast of Belt Kings Fantasy Football. And I was watching it. And then the first half, they were up 1-0, but Arsenal was able to come back in the second half to tie it. So they tied. So Manchester doesn't gain any ground. Actually, they lost ground. Tony D's broadcast yesterday, Captain Rehab, yes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put that up. Tony D's, yeah. Tony D's. We had fun on that broadcast yesterday. It was a fun broadcast. It's good seeing everybody coming up and meeting up together and stuff like that. So, Captain Rehab laughing. All right. So let's see. Yeah, 1-1 against Arsenal. And why is that? Why don't you? You can't believe I put that up? Why? What's the? Oh, the peanut. Okay, I get you. Okay. Well, Tony was putting up your comments yesterday. I was surprised that he was putting up your comments during his Belt Kings Fantasy Football, and so there's nothing. It's okay. I know you get a funny. We have a limit. You know the limit. You've been here long enough. You know how I am. You try and push the envelope there. I don't know. Yeah, he likes to stir the pot with the Canadian. Yeah, the Canadian. Yeah, Michael Bathurst, our good friend from Canada. Call him that. I know you're busting chops here, Captain Rehab, and we do appreciate it. As long as you don't go past that one line, you know what I'm talking about. It's good fun. Yeah, what did I have? I had something here this started the broadcast. What the hell was that? It was on the Twitch side, but on the Twitch side, what the hell was that? It doesn't stay in there. Let me see. I got something on the other box that follows me and stuff like that. As far as the what was it? Okay, the auto mod caught something right at the beginning of the broadcast, and I told them auto mod to go ahead and do it, and so the auto mod works out pretty good on certain things there. Somebody was just coming in. I had a couple bots coming in right at the beginning. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They caught him, and I don't see it now. They took care of it. Okay, let's see. Football. That's what Captain Rehab's really itching to hear about with the football. We had some great football games yesterday, folks. We had that Philly. That's got to be one of the best games, I guess. Let's see. Dolphins, of course, lost to the Bills last Thursday, 31-21. The Bengals, they got murdered by the Vikings, 48-10. Texans, who I picked, Jaguars came out of nowhere. They won the game 17-10. So I don't know if there's a resurgence there. Texans, not looking good for the Texans. Colts, they smashed the Titans 41-20. Commanders, they smashed the Raiders 41-24. So they're still there. The Rams Eagles game, there's the game of the week, game of the weekend. Eagles were losing that, and they ended up winning it towards the end. Of course, the Rams were set up for a field goal, and you're thinking, oh, it's 40 some yards. That should be a clean kick. They blocked it. I think they blocked it. That was the second one they blocked. A lineman picked it up. That's probably almost two times bigger than I am, and I'm 6'5", folks. This guy is huge. He picked the ball up and he ran it all the way down for a touchdown, a walk-off touchdown. So hats off to the Eagles for the comeback. That was a good comeback for them. Panthers, the other team, along with the Jaguars. Panthers. Who would have thought the Panthers beat Atlanta? They nixed the Atlanta Falcons 30-0. They shut them out. It's like, what's going on with the Panthers now? Steelers, Aaron Rodgers keeping it going. They beat the Patriots. I thought the Patriots would be a sure win there, but they lost. Packers and Browns. Here's another. This is a really big question mark. The Browns won. They were in Cleveland, and we're always joking about the Browns. Never count the Browns out. Green Bay Packers, good team, but they got beat 13-10. Buccaneers and Jets, that was a close game. Jets able to get 27 points, but Buccaneers got 29. Broncos, Chargers. This was another last second. Let me tell you about this one, Captain Rehab. I don't have that. Okay, so I'm looking at the scores to update. I'll be going over the win-loss status here. But I was updating my chart, and what is it? There was 4 seconds left on the clock. I was watching the box score, so I'm thinking, who has the ball? So I checked to see San Diego has the ball with 4 seconds left. And then the clock ticked, and all of a sudden the score changed. It changed to 23-20. Chargers win as far as that goes. And let's see, what did Captain Rehab said? The lineman said he had to run that fast since his 40-yard dash on the NFL Draft Combine. That was a great. That's got to be the play of the day, play of the weekend, though. As far as was a second field goal they blocked too, because I know their kicker, he made 3 before. The kickers, the Los Angeles Rams kicker was very important, but I think he missed one before that last one. But yeah, the lineman there, he and like I said, he's about 2 times the size as me, and I'm 6'5" and stuff. And he did? Okay, so yeah. So let's see, where are we at here? Football. We're on the football here. Just continuing on with the scores here before we get. I tell you what I'm not going to show the chart, but I can tell you what the current standings are. Broncos and Chargers. Chargers won. Good win for them. Seahawks, 44-13 against the Saints. Cowboys lost to the Bears. That was a surprise too, but I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. 31-14. And then the 49ers beat the Cardinals. That was a last minute win there too. And then last night, Chiefs beat the Giants 22-9. We have a game tonight, the Lions and Ravens. That should be a good game, huh, Captain Rehab? That should be a freaking really good game. Now the win-loss, and this is after 15 games. I am 10-5. Tony is 10-5. Tina is 10-5. Captain Rehab, you are 9-5. Michael, our good friend from Canada, is 8-7. Brian is 8-7, and Ted is 12-3. So he's at the lead right now, and behind him is CBS at 10-5. So yeah, you're ahead of the. Let's see. Will tonight's game matter? Let's see. Michael has Baltimore. And Captain Rehab, so you won. You went ahead of him. So I think for the most part, let's see. Everybody has. Let's see. Does everybody have the Ravens? I have the Ravens. Tony has the Ravens. Captain Rehab, you have the Ravens. Tina has the Ravens. Michael has the Ravens. Brian has Detroit, but Brian, he's at 8-7, so he's not going to make a difference. He'll just increase it. Ted has the Lions, and CBS has the Lions also. So let's see if they're 12. No, even if Ted loses, he still wins, I think. But we could catch up. We could catch up to CBS. Yeah, we could catch up to CBS because if they lose, they'll be 10-6, where all of us at 10-5 would be 11-5. No, it doesn't make you second. It makes you're tied for second. You would be tied for second. You would be tied for second with Tony, myself, and Tina. So there's a tie for second. You don't win outright, okay? We pushed up, so not to squash your bubble there, but you and Tony would be tied, and Tina and me would move up to be a tie. Now, overall, I don't know how that works overall. I don't do the overall. I'll be doing the overall results on Wednesday morning, as far as that goes. So let's see. Let's get back to our. Where's my show here? Okay, there's the show. You like that? Yeah, you're not all right. Okay, there's other players. Okay, so there's like a 4-way tie. Even if the Ravens lose, there's still a 4-way tie. Ted win. Even if Ted loses, he wins outright. No, I mean Ted picked Lions. It makes me think if I should have changed my pick. Oh, to go with the Lions? I don't know. It's 6 half a dozen the other. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but that's fun. I the format I have now, I can calculate. It's counting the beans, so to speak. Because right after the first half, the afternoon, I update the overall outline, and then I put off to the side where they're at, and that's what I did here. I haven't updated the chart, the overall chart for the third week. I don't do that until I'll probably do that tomorrow, and then I'll present it here on Wednesday. Okay, so we'll have an update because right now, let's see. Right now, yeah, you saw the win-loss. So I think overall, Overall, you could be second though. Now that you say that, overall, okay, for the weekend you're second, but overall, I think you go up. Yeah, because you're right now you're 10-6, and Ted is over. Or no, you're overall you're 20-29 and 23-9. Yeah, you wouldn't gain anything. Now I think for the most part they stay the same. I'll have to add it up. I don't know. I can't do math this early in my head. So there we have it. There's the football. Okay, let's see what we have for. Let's see. What are we at for time? We're at 1 hour and 20 minutes. We're gonna. The missus got to do. Today's Monday, so today's cleaning. So we got to get through the our news pages here. Okay, let's see what we have on Fox 40 here this morning for any news items. A weekly health minute. Let's see what this one's about. It's
Tonight we'll bring you
in our September 21st health minute. Let's see. This is a health minute. Let's do a health minute from Fox 40. Let's see what they're talking about here. Let's see. Let's get rid of the thing there. Bring that up. A health minute on Fox 40. Let's see what this is. They posted this up on the 21st. So let's see what we all need to be concerned about our health. Okay, here we go.
Tonight we'll bring you the latest medical studies, news, and more in tonight's Health Minute, brought to you by Velocity. For our first story, new research suggesting the next time you need to run some errands, you may want to consider hopping on a bike. A recent study suggests cycling could be good for your brain health. After researching data from nearly 480,000 people, they found those who cycled had a 19% lower risk of all-cause dementia and a 22% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. That is compared to those who with non-active travel, such as driving or public transportation. The study also found cycling was associated with greater volumes of the region of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Experts not involved in the research warn the study is observational. That means it cannot prove cycling directly prevents dementia, and it only shows it found an association. Alcohol-related deaths in the U.S. have nearly doubled over the last 25 years. Researchers found between 1999 and 2024, alcohol-induced deaths increased by 89% and peaked in 2021 during the COVID pandemic. The largest mortality increase occurred in women between 25 and 34 years old. They report that alcohol-related liver disease was the main reason for the spike. The findings come from a UCLA study of death records covering 14 specific alcohol-related causes. Most deaths were linked to alcoholic liver disease and alcohol-related mental illnesses. New research details the impacts of wildfire smoke in the U.S. A study published in the journal Nature on Thursday says wildfire smoke is responsible for more than 41,400 excess deaths a year. That figure is more than twice what was previously found in other studies. The authors of the study predict the number will grow by an additional 26,000 to 30,000 deaths within the next 25 years because of heightened fire risks from climate change. Researchers used around 2 decades of death records as well as the satellite and ground data on wildfire smoke pollution in order to measure how smoke exposure impacted.
So all that wildland fire smoke is having an impact on us, and that's something as far as on our health. And then of course alcohol, that's a no-brainer. And then the bicycling, there's nothing directly associated with, but they're shown from the data there is a decrease on Alzheimer's, and that's good. There's they've got some trials going on with some prevention for Alzheimer's, and I'm keyed in on that because my mother passed away from Alzheimer's and dementia along with my grandmother, and that was heart-wrenching. There is some news as far as on the health side. Today, President Trump made it aware yesterday during Charlie Kirk's memorial that he's going to be making an announcement today in the Oval Office concerning autism. It looks like there's a breakthrough in autism, folks, which would be great for the children as far as that goes. So that's supposed to be the way he expressed. He didn't want it. He took the opportunity, and everybody cheered that because that was good. One of the speakers before the president came on yesterday was Bobby Kennedy Jr., the Health and Services Secretary, and I was surprised at that. He's a Democrat too. He's still No, was he still a Democrat? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm going to check that. Is Bobby Kennedy Jr. a Democrat? Let's see. First ran as a Democrat and later started. Okay, he's an independent then. Independent in the independent campaign in 2024 before he withdrew from the race and endorsed Republican. Okay, so he is. I guess he would be an independent then. He's an independent. There's nothing that says outright like that he's a Democrat, but he formerly was a Democrat. But he spoke yesterday, and I'm sure he'll be talking about the big announcement that the president is talking about, and maybe Elon will probably be in the Oval Office this afternoon too, Captain Rehab. You think? We'll see. Interesting. Also, oh, that person doesn't bike. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's a big announcement. I'm not sure what time. If it's going to be this morning, he didn't state. So I'm going to be following the news there this morning. Let me see. Let me see if there's any breaking news on President Trump this morning. Let's see. Real quick, let's see what we have in the news for Trump. Does he have anything? Let's see, autism. Let's see, anything. I'm seeing something to where, and I saw this last week on autism. They're saying that Tylenol may be linked to autism. So we'll have to see what they have to say and keep an open minded because you never know. It could be something as simple as that, or I'm sure they have scientific data that would back that up. But then again, you people are going to probably say no, no, no. But I tend to keep an open mind because sometimes it's the simplest things that can take. Look at the thing, the piece that we had on Fox 40. They said bicycling can reduce autism or dementia and Alzheimer's by 19%. You know what it is? I think it's the exercising because autism involves dementia and that you have gray matter on your brain or something like that. So, okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Else in Fox 40. You starting already or getting ready to? Okay. Let's see. Anything? Okay, I'm not seeing anything else on Fox 40. WEBO. What do we have on WEBO? This is on WEBO. I'm gonna talk about this here because I think it's worth talking about. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and set this up here. I do want to talk about this. This is concerning the memorial yesterday And what that entails is the fact that let me see, Erica Kirk, the wife of Charlie Kirk. The biggest thing that came, she spoke yesterday, very tearful and speech that she did talk about, and what she basically, one of the big things takeaways from her talk was, oh, sorry about that, folks, was this: forgiveness and revival. Charlie Kirk celebrated a memorial. That's his wife, Erica, right there. And thousands showed up in person, and millions tuned in Sunday, and I was one of those millions that tuned in for the memorial for Charlie Kirk, the Christian and conservative activist who was assassinated and killed September 10th during an event in Utah Valley University. Sunday's memorial was held at State Farm Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a packed stadium. The same state where Kirk's Turning Point USA organization is headquartered. Live performance of Christian music occurred between speeches. Videos of Kirk speaking to people at Turning Point USA event also appeared. Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, said people have responded to his death the way that her late husband would want it. And this is her words. After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting. We didn't see revolution. Instead, we saw revival with some people opening a Bible for the first time in a decade, said Erica Kirk. We saw people pray for the first time since they were children. We saw people go to a church service for the first time in their entire lives. Tyler Robinson, 22, of Utah, has been arrested and charged with the murder of Charlie Kirk. The state of Utah is pursuing the death penalty. That man, that young man, this is Erica Kirk. Her words, that man, that young man, I forgive him, Erica Kirk said about Robinson. Vice President J.D. Vance said Charlie Kirk was a leader for not only young people, but the nation. Vance called on America to do the same. We will speak the truth every single day for Charlie. We will rebuild this United States of America to greatness for Charlie. We will never shrink. We will never cower, and we will never falter, even when staring down the barrel of a gun for Charlie, said Vice President Vance. We will remember that he is a hero to the United States of America, and he is a martyr for Christian faith. President Donald Trump Jr. called Charlie Kirk a brother. So did Stephen Miller. The White House policy advisor promised Kirk that he and others will continue the political activism that Kirk started. We will make you proud. We will finish the job. We will stand every day for what is true, beautiful, good, and we will achieve victory for our children, families, citizens, and even patriots who stand with us. Dr. Ben Carson, I like Carson, the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development during Trump's first term of office, encouraged the attendees and viewers to be like Charlie Kirk. Stand up for what you believe, said Carson. U.S. Representative Ann Pauline Luna, Republican of Florida, said that she would not be in office if it was not for Charlie Kirk. The Congresswoman previously worked for Kirk's Turning Point USA as part of an effort to reach Hispanic voters. His name will stand alongside George Washington, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr.'s, said Luna. Dr. Frank Turk, a Christian author and broadcaster known for his programs such as I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist, also shared stories of his close personal relationship with Charlie Kirk. He stressed that Kirk was not in heaven because of his marriage, or is not in heaven because of his marriage or his work in politics. Charlie Kirk is in heaven because his Savior sacrificed himself for Charlie Kirk, said Turek. Podcaster Benny Johnson pointed out to various people in government, saying God put them in their position. The same God that Charlie Kirk spoke to during his Turning Point USA appearance. This includes President Trump. God save our president from an assassination bullet for the moment, he said, referring to the failed assassination attempt on President Trump at campaign event in July 2024 in Butler Run. Johnson also sensed something spiritual was underway at State Farm Stadium. And if you watched it, you could feel it, folks. Evil thought there would be a funeral today, said Johnson. God created a revival. Other speakers at Charlie Kirk's memorial include Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Justin Stephan, Chief Operator Officer of Turning Point USA. He loved God, said Streff. The last 31 years were not his life, it was his calling. So there's an article. I'm proud to have read that. I'll be posting this up on my X feed here and all of my other platforms as far as that goes. And let's see, we have some commentary here. Oh, I didn't want to show that one. Oh, Big Juice. You made me a mistake. I showed something I didn't want to show. Captain Rehab's probably laughing his ass off right now. Hello, Big Juice. Let's see. Keep your hands out of the candy bowl, Rich. Yeah, okay, we'll do. Glad to have you coming in from Ohio, the Buckeye State. So there we have. Forgiveness was given by Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica. He forgives the assassin. Of course, justice is going to go through, okay? But she's moving on to say, I forgive him. That's hard. I was not expecting. I was floored when I heard that. That's if the shoe was on the other foot, we'd probably have riots and businesses being burned and smashed like it was during previous deaths on the other side, during Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, which is a crock. This is the way it should be done, folks, right here, peacefully. Peacefully. It has more staying power. So there we have it. That's on WBNG or WEBO, the local radio station, on their news page. And I want to say thank you to WEBO for posting that. That's very, very nice of you. Okay, so that's on WEBO. WENY, we don't have anything there. WBNG. They're not. No, that's just a news item there. Wow, there's nothing on WBNG. Okay. Let's see. WAAL, well, they same articles as they have an article here about Stephen King's favorite rock songs. Who cares about Stephen King? Jeez Louise. It's a wackadoodle. Yeah, he is a wackadoodle. Let's see. Let's go to channel 34. Do we have a video on this one? Yes, we do. Okay, so this is we got another story. I'm gonna go ahead and play this here. This is Charlie Kirk to be honored with community event in Windsor. There's some local vigils that are going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York for Charlie Kirk. So we're gonna go ahead and show this one. Let's see what this is about.
Binghamton man is looking to unite the community following the recent assassination of a political figure. Skylar Ryan Reynolds is hosting a community prayer and remembrance event for Charlie Kirk on Sunday. Kirk, a conservative influencer, was shot and killed on September 10th during a Turning Point USA event at Utah Valley University. He was 31 years old. Reynolds says Sunday's vigil is not focused on politics, but on faith and fellowship. There will be guest speakers, music, and refreshments. Reynolds says he aims to spread kindness, strength, and hope as community members share their beliefs and learn more about one another.
A lot of people right now in the community, they're looking for hope and answers, and to be able to collect themselves and figure out where they're headed. We're trying to help push people to a bigger cause and bigger focus to be able to experience some sort of a collective growth within themselves and be able to take away from this event that there is hope and humanity in our communities.
The event will take place on Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the West Windsor Baptist Church. Patrons are invited to bring any objects of remembrance or patriotism. All are welcome.
So there we have it. There was a vigil yesterday. There was a couple vigils yesterday at the same time as the event that was taking place out in Arizona for Charlie Kirk, a good man, a good American, and a man of faith, and he'll be remembered as such. A very good example. Some of the commentary that's directed at him. In a negative way is false. They don't know they just, I don't think they really know. I know more about Charlie Kirk after his death. Bless you. And as far as that goes. So God bless Charlie Kirk and Godspeed as far as that goes. And that's good. Yeah, Big Juice. Stephen King is a hack. Okay, I guess he has some good books. I've never read a Stephen King. I've seen movies derived from him. They're horror. I despise horror. I don't care for horror films. He's not. He's probably a good author in his writings and stuff like that. I just don't personally like him. I think he speaks to he's stuck in his cabin up there in Maine. I mean, especially he had to walk back on his recent comments because I don't think he wanted it to affect his book sales. Okay, again, you have freedom of speech, but there's consequences with that freedom of speech, as Jimmy Fallon is learning now. And when you're employed, you are working at the pleasure of your employer. And if you don't have good ratings, one little thing such as you lying, you get the act. So Stephen King, I'm not a fan of Stephen King. Okay, so I don't dislike him. I don't hate him. I just don't like him. I don't think he, what's that?
I don't dislike him. I just don't like him.
No, I don't hate him. I don't like using the hate. I dislike him. I dislike his. I don't read that type of literature. Okay. I guess he's a good author. He makes good, a lot of people like him for his stories and stuff. It's just not my cup of tea. Okay. And definitely politically, I don't definitely disagree with him and stuff. He lives up there in Maine in a cabin and stuff like that. And stuff. I think that's where he gets all his inspiration for his books. I have watched some Stephen King movies and stuff and back in the day, but I just don't care for him as far as that goes. I'll speak more. This is the level I keep him at. I speak more highly of Zuckerberg than I would of Stephen King. So that's the scale as far as that goes. I just like some of the movies. I know nothing about him in real life. I don't even know what he really. Oh, you don't look like. He's just a regular guy and stuff. I don't.
He got a freaky mind.
What's that? He has bushy eyes. The missus said.
He has a freaky mind.
A freaky mind. Okay, yeah. His work show that, as far as that goes. So, but anyway, the memorial for Charlie Kirk yesterday was very inspiring, and I watched that. I had it on. I had the TV on the football. I had the football game, and the TV had the Charlie Kirk memorial. and I listened to most of the speeches that were made. Didn't want to listen to the commentating. Commentators, they're going to be talking about this and that, and as far as that goes. But I thought it was a very good service, and I'm just blown away by Erica Kirk stating that she forgives the assassin, and that's huge. That is huge. To say that publicly this soon afterwards, and that goes to show how strong her Christian faith is. And I really respect that. Okay, let's see. We don't have anything on WBNG. Oh no, that was WENY or Channel 34. Let's see, WENY. I know it's not football talk, but how about I'll take a timeout for you to celebrate your Browns. That was quite the win, though, huh? Thought they were done and pulled a clown trick out their bag. That's one of many. There was a lot. Did you hear about the Philly Rams game? And then the Chargers. Who did the Chargers play? I forgot. They pulled one out too. The Chargers. So there was like 3 or 4. So hey, deplorable. Good morning, deplorable. Coming in from good morning. Love the flags, my friend. Love the flags. Thank you. Coming in from Northwest Pennsylvania, there across from Olean, and you slept in. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. It's good to sleep in. Glad to have you. I hope you have a good weekend. We're towards the end of the broadcast too, deplorable. Just to let you know, the missus is giving me the cue. I got to get off here so she can do the morning vacuuming. Let me get through the rest of the pages here. That was Channel 34, WENY. Do we have anything on here? And I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything there. Nothing on Channel 18. Well, let's hang on for a minute. We might. Okay, hang on. We have another. Okay, I'm gonna end with this one, folks. Okay, this is another one concerning Charlie Kirk's memorial. Charlie Kirk's memorial, and this one has Erica Kirk talking. So let's go ahead, and this will be the last one I play on this. Okay, we're just gonna end on this note. Let's go ahead and I'm getting this set up here, folks. First, let me go ahead and because we're at an hour and 47 minutes. Okay, so I have time to do this one. We're gonna end with go Eagles. Yeah, exactly. What about those Eagles, deplorable? That was a good game. I can't. Captain Rehab was telling us that the lineman that took the ball for the walk-off touchdown, he says that's the fastest he ran a 40-yard was it 40 yards? I thought it was 60 yards, 40 yards or something like that to get the TD since his Columbine trial, which I don't know how many years that guy has been in there, but that was a great way to finish his seconds. And as far as that goes. And Deplorable says JD's my hero. Okay, there you go. Is that the guy who ran it in? Yeah. Okay, we're going to end with this one as far as concerning Charlie Kirk's memorial service. Memorial services for Charlie Kirk drew thousands in Arizona. So let's go ahead and bring this one up. And we'll listen to this.
Charlie passionately wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West. The young men who feel like they have no direction, no purpose, no faith, and no reason to live. The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA. And when he went onto campus, he was looking to show them a better path and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life. That young man, on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Okay, that was just as powerful as it was yesterday, folks. I wasn't planning on that, but that's what happened yesterday as far as the Erica Kirk forgiving the assassin that killed her husband. So pretty powerful stuff there, folks. And wow, what do you say? I was not expecting that, and it's just as powerful now as it was yesterday. Watching that, and um, so Charlie Kirk's voice has not been silenced. It's just gotten stronger. So and it's a voice for good. It's a voice for the light over darkness, and so a very powerful memorial yesterday for Charlie Kirk. So we say God bless and Godspeed. He will be. I don't know what to say. Anything more of it and stuff like that. The process now is it's going to be due justice and stuff like that. So, but I think it's appropriate. Like I said, I don't want to bring anything of to this broadcast that I have told you that I'm going to bring to the Hello America. But this, I thought that was very powerful as far as to hear that. And I know there'll be some commentary about the activities yesterday and stuff. They'll try and slice it and dice it, and say it's this and that. And those are the bad people that you can agree to disagree, and just leave it at that. But very powerful stuff as far as that goes, and exactly deplorable. Yes, America stands strong. Charlie Kirk taught, like I said, I knew who he was. I knew where he stood for. I didn't. there's so many layers. I'm getting down into layers that this was a great man. His wife is what a strong woman, and I just know that their children will not have a father. They'll just remember him from videos, pictures, because they're very young. So, but my opinion is Charlie Kirk represented and showed the best that America has. One of the best things that America has. So we'll just leave that at. Thank you for the flag, Deplorable. Greatly appreciate it. And but we're going to go ahead and end. We're at 155. We're close enough to the 2 hour mark and stuff like that. And I think ending with that particular view of Erica Kirk yesterday, very powerful person, and very strong to be able to say those words that she did say. To forgive, it would be very hard for me to forgive somebody that took out a member of my family. I just so we'll just leave it at that. All right, folks. I'm Rich Roberts. And Deplorable said, glad I caught the end of the stream. Got me. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, that's a very powerful thing. That blew away both me and the missus yesterday when we were watching. It's like, oh my God. And it's just like, God bless her. It's just that, and prayers and thoughts are with her and her children, and all those that are grieving as well, as far as to be strong. So thank you for being here, Deplorable. We had coming into the broadcast as we end it, we had Captain Rehab. Thank you, Captain Rehab. Always great to have you here, my friend, coming in from the city of brotherly love. Love you in the chat there, my friend. You have a good one, my friend. Have a great day today. And we had Tina, our Jersey girl, who was here. Thank you, Tina, for being here. And I think that's all we had until I'm going down the list. Oh, Tim Fan 40. I did see you there. Tim Fan 40. Yo, yo, yo. I'm sorry, Tim. Tim Fan 40 was here. Okay. Good morning all to Tim Fan 40. He was here. Our Michigan, our resident contractor from Michigan. Thank you very much, Tim Fan 40. I apologize that I overlooked you, my friend. We had Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye State of Cleveland, Ohio. And then coming in at the end was what did I hit there? I don't want to hit that button. We had Deplorable. Live long and prosper, my friend. As far as that goes, thank you very much. Glad to have you here, and you have a great day. And I want to say thank you for those people that are watching, that were watching the live stream. Those that are watching on the live or the replay, thank you very much as well. Greatly appreciated. And you all have a great day. You can follow me at Fireman Rich over there on X, where I tote myself as a social media observer and also a social media enthusiast. And there's the at Fireman Rich right there. Just check out my, if you want to know what I'm doing, just go to at Fireman Rich on X. And I post my links to good stuff of what I'm doing. If you give me a follow, I appreciate that. You don't have to follow me, but that's where I'm at primarily on this internet. I'm on a host of other fine social media platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich. And we repurpose this audio over on Spotify, at Fireman Rich over on Spotify. And you can listen to that as well as some other broadcasts that we have, the audio podcast, Morning Coffee. And then we have a new add on there, Hello America, where I get a little more in depth on my views concerning current events and political things in nature. So with that, we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks, and get our day started. I should have a good day walking. It's cloudy, overcast, and it'll be a pleasant walk this morning, and I can reflect on some things that as far as that goes for what transpired over the weekend and stuff, and as far as that goes. So you all have a great one. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you well. Live long, live and prosper. Live life and have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again. And we are out of here. Thanks again.